Hello, everybody. Dear friends, welcome to our online classes, Education 3000 online classes. And this is level 2. I am Noemi Paimal, the founder of P3000 or Education 3000. And today we have a very, very special subject, very interesting. We are going to talk about all the characteristics of the children with empathy, intuitive characteristics. And the children of today and maybe tomorrow is something new opening up, a lot of new talent, new abilities we have to know about. So let's begin. Children with empathic and intuitive characteristics. This is not really a new subject. Actually, there is some report from a long time ago. Actually, the first book I knew of is from Thomas Raphael and Paul Dong, and it was called, and it's still called, China Super Psychics. And that's more than 20 years ago. And you can still have this book. It's very sensational kind of book, but that's true. Those children, they can do all that. We have some report from many children around the world. Actually, you can check the website of Lyle Space. It's called Psy Kids or Psy Kids. It's a newsletter. It's at psykids.net, and there is a lot of information now. Lyle is a grown-up, but she has some posts when she was little. Now she does summer camps for the psychic kids. Very interesting. Then there is a Stanford Research University. They studied more than 1,500 psychic children, presenting the same faculties or more than Uri Geller. Uri Geller, remember, he could bend spoons, metal spoons, and many kids could do it easily. So and do more things. So sometimes some kids, they have some abilities and we are not aware of, or we don't understand. Bulgaria and Russia, I personally knew some children as well and young people. Russia is known for a girl, she could see through the body. It's called X-ray vision, and she could diagnose disease and see if somebody has a tumor or something. The other case I know personally is Inge Bardor. Inge Bardor is well known because she could read through a foot or through the fingers. I mean, of course, with their eyes closed, or through the arms or the armpit, and that's called extraocular vision. That the same thing like Noé Esperon from Mexico is teaching, extraocular vision, EOV. Taiwan is known for a book called Emissary of Light, and he will quote some children from Bulgaria. And Flavio Cabobianco is from Argentina, is known for his book called I Come From the Sun. And that's a long time ago. It was 1991, so now he's about 39 years old, and he's one of the first kids reporting new abilities and new knowledge. And at that time, he was 8 years old when he started the book, of course, with the help of the parents, but it's very interesting. It's like another way of preserving things and knowledge and feelings. When we say intuitive empathic, it's like a way to perceive all the levels of the human being at the same time. It's like to feel, think. Actually, Flavio used to say, I feel, think something. That's the way he would capture some knowledge with the emotion and with It's like a holistic knowledge or holographic knowledge sometimes as well. Like perceiving things as a psycho-emotional package. See, it's a we all have that, but it's more developed in them. So you can capture all package of information at the same time and information of different level. So let's see, if they see me, they can perceive my emotion, what I know, maybe something about the past and the future, my feelings, my emotion, my spiritual issues, something like that, you see, at the same time. Let's see. When we start P3000, we start with a psychologist. It's called Dr. Patricio Perez from Colombia. And he made a list of how do we recognize a child with psychic talents or intuitive, empathic talents. In general, Patricio used to say, you can recognize them because they answer you before you ask the question. Let's say you want to go out or go to the park and they will say yes, but you didn't express anything or show anything that you want to go out. Or sometimes they will find the solution of a problem or a math problem, and you don't even give the whole thing about the problem. They know who is calling or who is going to visit us or who is going to call on the phone, so they could perceive if somebody is going to show up as well. And that's true. They are right. They can perceive the energy fields and the auras field, meaning the electromagnetic field of a person, a plant, or an animal. Oh, that's a good one. They have imaginary friends. Yes, they can like play with somebody you don't see or talk to somebody you don't see. And that's called the imaginary friends. Of course, they have a lot of imagination. Maybe it can be their imagination, but sometimes it's a true person or two entities, and we have to know what's going on and ask, how do you feel with these entities? Do you feel okay? Do you feel, and they can say, yeah, I feel good, and they help me, or no, I don't feel good, and then we have to deal with the situation. Sometimes they say they have contact with entities of other levels, including deceased people. These people, that's bother a lot of parents and teachers sometimes, but they do have this contact, especially up to 7 years old, 8 years old. And then sometimes it will be blocked or it will disappear, this ability. Here, this is Spanish, but they say, Mom, Dad, this is my grandfather. And the parents say, great-grandfather? And the ghost say, yes, this is my great-great-grandson. Dr. Perez used to say they can have premonitory dreams, meaning to dream something that's going to happen. Let's say they can dream the supermarket is going to be on fire, they will have a huge fire there next day. And then we have to help with that because they can think, oh, I started a fire, or maybe this person, or the death of somebody, and they think they are responsible for that. So we can explain, no, it's not like you provoked that. It's just because you have the ability to see the future, you can just perceive what's going to happen. So they feel better. If not, they're afraid of their own talent. And this is what I would like to do with education, make this normal and have all the exercise and drills so they get acquainted with their talent, they are not afraid of it, and they use it at the best of their abilities for their common good and for their own good. They can feel at a distance and get upset when another person touches their belongings. This is for mom and dad, please, and the family. Don't touch their stuff, their room and their bags, what's close to them, because they can feel it and they can be disturbed because it's like touching their own energy. So now let's see what's about ESP, extrasensory perception. That means perception that goes beyond the common sense. And this is from the book from Kraemer, Naum Kraemer. What we mean by beyond the common sense. Maybe they have the common senses or they have the normal senses, and maybe we are a little bit backward, or we have to develop that too. So according to this book, our body provides a sensory translation, usually that's like that, of what you can perceive with this kind of intuitive, empathic ability. And this can be perceived psychically as an image, a sound, a kinesthetic sensation, like, oh, I don't feel good here, or I feel something happened there, things like that. And a taste or smell. This is not as common, but you can have a taste or a smell inside. So Dr. Shishida from Japan used to talk about I wanted to make my image bigger, but I can't do it. Dr. Shishida, Japan, talked about 11 senses. This is 5 senses outside, plus 5 senses inside, plus intuition. And that's what we have with those children. Not all of them, of course, but 30-40% of small children will have one or more of those abilities. And we are going to see more of that. What they call psychic abilities, according to the book of Kraemer, are the following. One is hyperesthesia, and we talked about that in the previous classes, remember? Which is an increased sensitivity above normal. Again, what's normal here? Maybe they are normal and we have to develop more senses. And the disability, hyperesthesia, it's still physical, like you can perceive more sound, the lights and the colors are more bright, and the sense of the touch and the smell and the taste. But we know when we have more developed external senses, usually we have more developed internal senses, according to the studies of Auroville, India. I mean, the school teams of Auroville, India. Telepathy is one of those abilities, of these abilities. That means with my mind, I can talk to this other person's mind and transfer information and thoughts. Clairvoyance, we don't need the mind, it just, we know what's happening, let's say, what's behind this wall, and this will be clairvoyance. Or you can do decks of cards and you put the cards face down, and they can feel which card is that, and they can match them up. You can do memory games, but they don't guess, they know this card has the same energy as this card. That will be clairvoyance. There is no mind involved. Precognition is then when you can see what's going to happen or feel what's going to happen. Retrocognition, you can feel or see what happened in the past. There is another one, it's called reading through the skin, or DG reading, I think, or to the skin, to the fingers or armpit or foot. And that's linked to extraocular vision. I mean, they can see, there's 2 ways. They can see through the skin or they can see through their frontal lobe. Actually, I knew many kids, they could, like, there is 2 ways. I know a girl, she was reading like that, like with the fingers, of course, with the eyes closed, and they would say the children of today and tomorrow, comma, and everything. She could like scan through with the fingers and see here. That's the way she was explaining us. And then she got tired and she took the whole book like that. And then she talked about the book, the general meaning of the book and the feeling of the book and all that, just by doing that. So she could capture the morphic field of the book. Astral projection. At night we can all do that. At night we go out of the body and we can travel. And sometimes we think it's a dream, but it's maybe an astral projection. The thing is, I know many of them, they can go at will and they can go somewhere they want to. It's not an accident like when we dream something. And it's called astral projection or astral trip. Perception of the aura. So they can see the electromagnetic field of a person, of an animal, of a plant, and the colors and the shape. Psychography. Psychography is like when you get very inspired and you write down or you paint or you have a piece of music, you compose something like connected to your higher self, more or less. That would be one definition. Pragmatic, I love this one. Pragmatic psychometric or crypthesia. It's like when you have an object, like let's say I have this one. This is my cell phone. So if somebody take that and it's sensitive, it will know many things about me because my energy, my electromagnetic field is embedded in this cell phone, in this object. So that's why, remember, I told you they don't like when somebody touches their stuff. It's because of that, because they know they touch their energy and they can be bothered by that, even at distance. And it has to do with this crypthesia thing. Yeah, you follow me, right? It's okay? Okay, I go on. Telekinesis. Telekinesis, I know many cases, is when you can move something with your mind, or you can have matches, for instance, and you can make a race, and with your mind you push the matches and you see who's going first to the finish line. Or it can be the plants will flourish, or it can be if you have a plant that's not in good shape, you put it next to the children or the young people and the plant will flourish again. Or it can be to stop the clock or to repair a clock or to damage a computer or an electronic device with your mind. They can either, that's so funny, they can either destroy it or fix it. That's amazing. Or have the lights switch off, like go in the street and the light of the street will go off when they walk next to them, and then they will be back on. That's funny. Or they can switch on TV with their mind. That would be telekinesis. Yeah, we saw many cases. Teletransportation, I don't have cases with children, but with in anthropology we do have some cases. When I was studying that, that means my body is here and then you can transport the body to another place. So I can, I don't know, I can be here and then I appear in New York, something like that. That would be teletransportation. And the other one is bilocation. Bilocation is when the same body is in two places. I know some cases, several cases of adults. So this person is here in here or her body, his or her body, and is at the same time here with his or her body. So it is called bilocation. And then in quantum physics, it will be like the same particle can be in two places at the same time, bilocation. And xenoglossis is the ability to talk, to speak foreign languages. It can be a language the kid don't know, but they can speak fluently this language all of a sudden. It can be a language like a dead language from the old time, or a language we don't know where it's from. We use some cases too. Additionally, as I told you, it's called disease diagnosis or X-ray vision, like the case of this girl in Russia, where she could see through the body And I know another kid too, you could do that in Argentina. The other one is access to ancestral memory, morphic field, akashic archive, or collective subconsciousness, meaning to tape into the common knowledge, or to, it's like a library and it's not physical, and they have some information there. It would be nice to investigate more, to do some research here, and some of them could remember their past lives, especially between 3 and 7, 8 years old. And finally, musical phenomena, they could listen to voices or to music. Okay, that's more or less. But remember, this is not something spooky. Actually, all human beings, we have that. It's like to be a sensitive person or empath person or intuitive person. You can respond. I mean, this person that can respond more accurately than others to emotion, and not only emotions, and all the level of development of a human being. So they could understand. That would be the super hyper psychologist. They could understand another person very deeply and help very deeply. Therefore, they possess a true and valuable psychologist talent, because they can relate to others in an authentic way and a completely holistic way. So welcome to them, and the idea is to give them such a beautiful, loving environment that they trust their talent, that they can develop their talent to the best of their possibilities for the common good, for their own good. And I think we will have a new gender of psychologists and healers and doctors. Recommendation. There is a lot of recommendation. First of all, express your emotion, your own emotions, honestly to the child or to the children or the young people. Because of course they will feel anyway. Let's say, I'm sad. So if they say, oh, are you sad, mom? And you say, no, I'm not, I'm fine. They will see, they will know we are sad. So we have to say the truth. Yes, I'm sad, but it's not because of you. It's because something happened at my work or whatever, around the world. So they don't feel like, oh, they did something that makes you sad. They don't feel responsible for that. So it's important for them to know how you feel and why, so they feel relieved. If not, the two things, then they think it's their fault or something happened they did that make us sad, and they want so much to heal us that they get tired. So it's better to tell the truth, and so they don't have the tendency to heal and get tired about that. Yeah, it makes sense? Okay, thank you. Explain to the child the possible conflicting emotion of a group. The same. If something happened in the family, on town, or in the country, explain to them so they know it's not because of them. Take care of the children's emotional environment. Yes, please. They are so sensitive. No shouting, no brusque movement, or physical menace is when you threatening. Or if the house, make sure in the house you invite people energetically balanced, because it will affect the child, especially small kids and babies. Let's say no drunk people around, okay, or smoking people around your child or your baby. Yes, yeah, definitely. And if you smoke yourself, just try not to smoke. Or at least smoke on the balcony. Then give a general support and provide a genuine interest to the children and to the young people. Even if you don't understand anything that's happened to your child or student, listen, ask questions, really listen to them. We don't say, oh, it's not true, or you are crazy, because it makes things much more worse. You see, it's like they think, oh, but I see something, and my mom say I'm crazy because there is nothing, and then I must be crazy, and then they start a whole not so good, not too healthy cycle. Teach the child simple psychic cleaning techniques, from having a shower, go outside, have a tree, walk without shoes, have nice visualization with a very strong energetic field, use natural fiber clothing. But with the previous one, if you don't know how to do, you can ask a therapist to help you, or to help the child with having simple techniques. It works very well. Use natural fiber clothing. Cotton will be great. Yeah, because then if it is too synthetic or itchy, it will bother them a lot. Provide daily contact with nature. Have a garden with a lot of flowers. Yeah, daily contact with nature. Do sport as well. I will see that later. The presence of pets and live plants also help. Not a plastic flower. It has to be natural, and it does help. It does. Physical activities according to the affinities. Yes, every day is to do something. Like it can be soft sport, like yoga, swim, because some kids, they don't like when it's too strong or too harsh or too too fast. For the kids and the countries, they love it when it's fast and strong and you sweat and you run. So both, whatever they like, but they have to do, we have, and us too, by the way, to do something physical so the energy will flow around the body and inside the body. Other tips, like, actually it's common sense, but it's nice to repeat that in the classroom or at home. Don't make fun of the child, or say it's not true, or say, oh, you again with your, I don't know what. Don't show him off, respect him. Like, don't tell everybody, oh, you can do that, and why don't you show the neighbor what you can do? No. We really respect, and it's better even not to talk about those kind of abilities. It's just normal. Oh, that's a good one here. Teach him or her not to get too tired, not to disperse his or her energy in vain. Like prioritize his or her activities, organize himself or herself. Not to try to do everything, not to try to heal everybody. Keep the frequency high, because then they want to heal everybody, and then they can get very tired. And then teach them and tell them and remind them, if you want really to help somebody, we help somebody better when ourselves we are joyful, we have a high level of energy, we are positive and healthy. That's the best way to help others. So make sure he or she is always with a high level of energy. See, or let them rest, or watch out the food, good water. Help them to maintain this. Because you see, when somebody is too sensitive or can pick up too many things, they can get depressed too, because what they see sometimes is not nice. The society is not the society we really want. The nature is pretty much destroyed. So for them, it's very hard to feel that, and they want to fix that. So we always say like that, oh, it's so good. I honor your capacity to perceive things and to see that. And that's why we are here, and you are here is to fix that, because we can't fix somebody we don't see. But not if you are tired or sad. We have to have a high level of energy. Does that make sense? Yes, thank you. Okay, let's move on. Teach him or her to have a healthy and strong electromagnetic field, of course, because that would help with the previous point. And maybe visualization when you have a strong energetic field, strong roots, light, a heart full of lights, and a healthy life. A couple of more. Healthy food, healthy life. Don't force them to eat meat if they don't want to, but if they ask for meat, maybe their body will need some meat at that moment. So flexible with the food, but good food. I mean, healthy food, healthy water, and natural fiber clothing, as I said, pure air. Rest, ensure the quality of her or his sleeping time. The room without noise, the best room, the quietest room should be for this kid. And if they want to sleep with you a while, it's okay too. They need your electromagnetic field, by the way. Don't wake them up sharply. Please, no. We take time to wake up. We will wake up in 10 minutes and you prepare them so they can go back to their body. Remember the first trip? They can go back to the body, insert the body, and then wake up with love, and it's all nice. No, like, oh, no, get up, we have to go fast. No, 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 no. We take them. All of us, we like to be waken up that way, actually. Have a nice environment of positive thought, healthy environment, no stress, no tensions. And a lot of love. A lot of love will help with everything. Healing faculties, abilities. Some of those kids can also heal remotely as well, especially during sleeping hours. I mean, they can heal face-to-face with somebody or remotely, especially during sleeping hours. In this case, the child may wake up very tired and she or he will need more hours of sleep. So allow them to sleep some more or to have a nap because they do need it. The books, there is not that many books actually, and they are kind of old, but I mean, maybe the best book is your students and our own kids. And then I do recommend Vengo del Sol, I Come from the Sun, from Flavio Capoblanco, Bianco. If you can find this book of Paul Dong, Psychic Kids. Crayman now is about, it's a normal class of parapsychology, it's in Spanish. Michael Miller as well, and James Taiwan, Emissary of Light. Thank you very much. This is a very long topic. We could talk much more. Please, let's do some research. Let's ask the children and the young people, maybe remember yourself when you were a child, and open this field. I have some exercise for that. Remember when we saw the tools, we saw biointelligent tools, biomorphic tools, and bioreconnecting tools. They are very good for those children. And take care. The next video is very important. We will talk about DNA, and if you are getting out of the sapiens, but what's going on with evolution now, and what we can see in the children. So we keep in touch. Please take care. Thank you so much. I see you.